Drew, if you want to kind of give us a little bit of a rundown on the team and your background and how you got into crypto.
Yeah, 100%. So essentially, the team is Larry, and his real name is Lawrence Holiski. He's 100% out there. His background is software development. Okay, so he has basically worked in software development for the better half of a couple of decades, and he's kind of the brainchild behind this entire thing. He's the genius behind the scenes that kind of came up with this idea. And the way, and I hate to tell Larry's story for him, but I'm gonna paraphrase his story for him, right? Larry's story is he lost a little bit of money doing this about, I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago, and it pissed him off. He got mad, and he was like, I got to do something about this. So he did, and it was really surprising that nobody had done something about this in the first place already, and that there were no patents in place, because we have patented this. It's ours, right? And if anybody knows anything about like the United States and the North American patent process, it doesn't matter who invented it first. It matters who patented that thing first. So at the end of the day, when we have the patent, it's over with. Everybody's got to come begging to us like Oliver Twist and the bowl of gruel. Please, sir, can I have some PreSend? And yes, you can, but you're going to have to license it. And that goes for like the Coinbases, the MetaMasks of the world. So yeah, Larry reached out to me. Due to he's watched my YouTube channel for quite a while. He saw what Wolfer Finance did, and he was like, hey man, I really like the way that you structured this, and you actually have a reputation where you've kept it 100% consistent the entire way that you've been in an influencer role, right? Which I don't even know if I would consider myself an influencer yet, because I only have like 4K subs. But when I was launching Wolfer Finance, I probably only had like 1,200, 1,500, and he liked the non-Ponzi model, the utility-based model, the investor-centric model, right? Because we give away like 95% of our income. It's basically all about investors, because I've been in crypto since 2014. I've seen the glow up of the scams. I've seen the glow up of the hacks, all that stuff. And I've seen 2 different bear markets. So what we're seeing right now, everybody just be cool, like buckle up, because this is how this market works, and it's shaking out the weak hands right now. All the new entrants that were thinking they were going to be millionaires tomorrow. So I saw all those scams, like the BitConnects back in the day, the I forget what they were called. They were like the scam miners and stuff like that, and then they all got wrecked, and some of them got prosecuted, and then now we see a new version of these scams, like the fake nodes, the auto compounders, just the straight up rug pulls, right? The anonymous creators, all that stuff. And I kind of got tired of it, I guess. Like, I was reporting it essentially on my YouTube channel, and then I was like, and this sucks, like nobody has anything really good out here. There's like very few. For every good project, there's probably at least 30 to 50 just terrible ones. Flawed mathematics, absolutely ludicrous economics, right? And I saw it as an opportunity to give back to the community and say, like, look, I'm not going to get rich off of this. You're not going to get rich off of this, but you're also not going to get broke off of this. Like, this is a long-term play. It's something that is much needed in the market, and it's a pivot that I want to be the face of, kind of like my legacy, right? So, like, are you going to make $20,000 off of Wolfer Finance tomorrow? Absolutely not. We're validator noding and master noding the top coins in the world, right? DAG, Flux, ETH, AVAX, FTM, Chronos, things like that. And so they're lower ROIs, but you can pretty much guarantee that they're going to be around for a while, right? They're going to be around for the long term. So that's kind of where Wolfer Finance sprung out of. And yeah, man, I just got tired of the Ponzi's, man. So I was just like, I'm going to build something better. And, then we can build an empire after that's established. And that's what we're trying to do.
So how did Wolfer Finance become involved in PreSend?
So Larry actually reached out directly to me. So he saw Wolfer Finance, and he was like, I really like the fact that you closed it, right? That there's only 5,000 NFTs ever offered, right? There's no Ponzi. There's, and PreSend is a lot like a validator node, where it brings in its revenue and its income through fees, right? So on a validator node or a master node, you're transacting on AVAX. that fee that you're paying goes to the miners and the validator node holders that are storing said data. So that's kind of like what PreSend does. If you use PreSend, you get charged a fee, but you only get charged a fee if you use PreSend. And there's no PreSend token, there's no PreSend chain, there's no ability for us to just go out and print money and act like we made it. It's either people are transacting or they're not, right? So it's very cut and dry. And he was like, I want you to structure it the way that Wolfer Finance was. And I could pick anybody in the world. People offering me more money, right? And people offering me, equity stake and stuff like that. But I don't want those people. I want somebody that's actually going to help me build this business, somebody that's has an immaculate reputation, somebody that's already been here before, that I'm comfortable with, that can do this, that has a social presence as well. And so I was kind of like the perfect storm for him. And I said, hey, I asked him 3 questions. I said, all right, what's the idea, right? And he told me, and I was like, brilliant, love it. I said, is it patented? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, who are the silent partners? Who else is involved in this business right now? And he said, nobody, just me. And I said, okay, we can work together. So that's how Wolfer came in, and he said, I want to be Wolfer Finance partner. And Wolfer Finance now has a 10% equity stake in PreSend due to my, ability to bring it to market. And then obviously we have a fix in the game, right? Because we've been here before.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let's, I've got a few questions of my own before we jump into some of those community questions. I just read through your white paper and a couple of things I wanted to go over. So how do you set up PreSend? It says, white paper says just a simple download.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's as simple as downloading something off the website and installing it.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's it.
Well, first off, thank you for actually reading the white paper, because no one does that. So I truly appreciate that, because I wrote that whole thing up, man. And
Yep.
I
Oh, nice. It's
I
well
wrote the
written.
one up for Wolfer Finance too, and barely anybody read it. So I appreciate that, man. I truly do. It's a simple, it'll be a simple download. So we're developing a Chrome extension. So it will be just as simple. It'll actually be more simple, most likely, than downloading and installing a MetaMask, because we're targeting MetaMask first and Chrome first as a Chrome extension to just layer on top of MetaMask. And the reason is because MetaMask and Chrome has the largest market share right now available, right? We could target another wallet, but they wouldn't have 30 million active users plus right now with multiple wallets. So, I mean, even if each user has 2 wallets, that's 60 million wallets that you could be on top of, almost immediately compatible with, right? So that's why we chose that. And secondarily, we're building it the right way. So I want that to be 100% clear. We're not a crypto company. We don't have any crypto offerings. We don't have a coin. We don't have a chain. We don't have a DApp, all that stuff. What we have is a software company, and a software that works inside of the crypto ecosystem. So we are a United States-based company. We are incorporated out of Casper, Wyoming, okay? And so we are 100% fully documented. We are 100% fully compliant. We have passed all portions of the Howey test. We cannot be regulated by the SEC because, again, we are a software company and not a cryptocurrency institution. And the way that we structured our NFTs was that of the same way of Wolfer Finance, who also passes the Howey test and is a United States-based company. So with that being said, it'll be a Chrome extension download, and we are building it through MetaMask Snaps and MetaMask Flask, which are the 2 flagship programs that MetaMask came out with and said, hey, please, developers, come in, build on our platform, make our wallet better. If you make it better, we'll think about integrating, and you catch traction, we'll think about integrating it into MetaMask. So, man, if we get integrated inside of MetaMask, I mean, we're $1 billion company, dude. This thing is Google in the 90s, right? In 98. So.
Yeah. So you say it's patented. So I guess you guys have no fear of someone like MetaMask doing something similar themselves?
Nope, because the reason why I say that is because we didn't patent the code. We did it the hard way, okay? We patented the process, right? And we have the most broad patent known to man. So, and there will be a worldwide patent. Once this Chrome extension comes out, you can't file a worldwide patent until you have the finished product, right? And our finished product is within a couple of weeks of being done, right? Which is that Chrome extension. And so whenever you file that worldwide patent, and let's be real, if you know anything about patents, which most people don't, but I'll give the spoiler. If you have a United States-based patent, it's pretty enforceable across the entire world. It's going to be hard for people to pick it apart. But the reason why we patented the process is because if you just patent the code, they can change one line and get around your patent. But if there's only one process in order to be able to do this, and we have patented the process, then nobody can steal it. So yeah, that's why we did it that way.
Okay, gotcha. So as far as the fees go, so PreSend is charging a 0.1% fee and plus 2 cents on every transaction that's performed on the wallet where PreSend is installed. Is that correct?
Yep, that is 100% correct. So to put that into perspective, say you're sending a $100 transaction, you would get charged 2 cents guaranteed, and that's just in case any like joker wants to come in and send a $5 transaction that wouldn't make us any money, right? We're running a business at the end of the day. We need to get paid. We have investors. You know, we have fiduciary intent for said investors, and then you would get charged also on that $100 transaction 1/10 of a percentage, which would be 10 cents, like 12 cents to protect that $100 transaction. And to put that into perspective, if PreSend saved you and stopped a $100 transaction that was going on to the wrong chain, or it was to an incompatible wallet, or whatever it may be, right? That would pay for the next 833 $100 transactions itself. So like one time it saves you, it pays for itself. And if you own the NFT, you don't have to pay any fees ever. So if you're transacting a lot and you buy the NFT for $250, man, you know, you send 2,500 transactions over the lifetime of your crypto career, which I'm sure you will. Man, I mean, that NFT paid for itself. Plus it's paying you out dividends. It's just crazy.
Right. So can someone beat the system by like uninstalling the software when they're, confident of a transaction? Say they've sent something to a wallet over and over before. They know that one's good. So they're going to uninstall real quick, and then they're going to reinstall once they feel uncomfortable about a transaction sent into a new wallet, sent in a large amount. Can they do it that way? Do you guys have any sort of prevention in place for that?
Yeah, absolutely they can. You know, we don't want to hold people hostage because at the end of the day, this is about volume. This is about, I guess, like comfortability, right? So most people, if they're gaming the system like that and they're worried about 10 cents, they're probably not going to be generating that much income for PreSend anyways. If they're going to and we're making it as hard as possible, just like every other software, every other app, every other, thing known to man. We're not going to make it like a toggleable button, right? If you want to not use PreSend, then that's fine. But you got to uninstall it and then reinstall it, and that's going to take a few minutes to do that. So and then the secondary aspect of that is that most people are going to look at this as just like, hey, this is running in the background, set it and forget it. You're not even going to see it working, really, and you're just going to see the gas fees coming out, which is essentially PreSend's fees. It's just like a gas fee. And the secondary aspect to that is that we're going to try to add an integration where you can put like trusted wallets inside of there, where it's like it'll basically, you won't have to like send a test transaction, right? And then we're going to be sending out test transactions. That's one of the functionalities of this, for the minimum amount allowed on a blockchain. So for like Bitcoin, it's like 6 zeros and a 1, which is like a Satoshi, which is, a couple of cents or something. And so we will be able to actually, this is why I would tell people not to uninstall it, because if you keep it installed, say you're sending $100 on ETH chain, but we can save you because we've built the data over millions, hundreds of millions, billions of transactions, that we can more accurately like gauge what gas it's going to take to get that through. And say you're sending a $100 transaction, it costs you 12 cents, but we save you 50 cents on the ETH gas. We actually just saved you 38 cents. You didn't even pay us 12 cents. You actually saved 38 cents on the gas fee. So yeah, I think it would be weird for people to uninstall it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, there's no way that I think is with as many transactions as I would be doing. I don't think that I would take the time to uninstall and reinstall and all that. But some
Yeah,
people they definitely could,
definitely
I
not, and
guess. But
especially when we're talking about
yeah,
like
like you
pennies,
said,
you
it's
know.
right. Yep. Yep. Okay, so Presend will work on every chain, correct? Even like, I mean, say the new ones like Doge chain just came out. Are we covered
Oh,
there?
dude, that's the beautiful thing about PreSend is once it's on there, like since we're integrating through MetaMask Snaps and MetaMask Flask, if it is compatible on MetaMask, it works with it. That means coins, chains, everything, right? And it's this is the kind of sucky part about coming out with software like this is that the front end infrastructure takes a very long time to develop that capability, right? Because you're doing it the right way. You're not just half-assing it and throwing it together. We're doing it in the right way. Also, because we're targeting a partnership with MetaMask, right? So we want to do it the right way because there's only like 2 other apps that are built on MetaMask Snaps. One of them is some throwaway that nobody uses. The other one is Filecoin and it barely gets used. If we come on the scene with 100,000 users day one, dude, they're going to take notice and they're probably going to pick it up. So yeah, absolutely. We want it to be, and to be clear, I want it, what we're targeting is your grandma's BlackBerry from 1998. We want it to be compatible with that. We want it to be so compatible with everything, all browsers, all wallets. That goes for cold storage. That goes for hot wallets that are online. That goes for exchange wallets, everything. We're targeting it all. We just have to focus on one at the very beginning, and then it gets extremely easy from there because it's a copy and paste method for all of the other online wallets, right? Because you've already got the code, you've already got the smart contracts built, and then the secondary thing is you go and you get an exchange and you get in through the backend API of that, and then it's another simple copy and paste method where you're not like necessarily adding the chains, you're just going in through the APIs and saying like all wallets, right?
Got it. Okay, cool. Awesome. So I want to get into the NFT some more and kind of the benefits of holding those, but I want to drop a giveaway for everybody that's listening right now. So appreciate you guys. We got about 70 people in here now. Thank y'all for listening to this. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently this time. We're going to have, like I said, we got a few different opportunities for giveaways. So this time, all I want you to do, I made a new channel under the Kingdom category at the very bottom. It's a channel called Comment Drop. Just go in there and drop Presend. Just drop the word Presend, and you'll be entered in for a giveaway. So this is for everybody that's listening right now. That way, people that aren't listening don't know what to do. So drop in there, comment drop section. That's the channel, and you can search it in the chat. # comment drop. Just drop Presend in there, and you'll be eligible for giveaway. Okay, guys. Let's see. If you're a holder of an NFT, okay. So about the NFTs. If you're a holder of the NFT, you do not have to pay
Absolutely
fees, correct?
not. Nope, never. For the lifetime of it, as long as you hold the NFT. Now you sell it, then the other person gets that benefit.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So let's talk about the dividend pool. So if you pick up a Presend NFT, let's see, there's 7,500 available. Those 7,500 NFTs will share a 10% dividend pool of the net income that Presend generates. So basically, that's going to come out to 0.0013% per NFT. And is there any limit to the number of NFTs that you can own?
There is no limit. Well, I guess there is a limit, 7,500. Because we will never offer to that dividend pool. We will never offer any more NFTs. So if you don't own one of those 7,500 NFTs, you'll never have access to that 10% dividend pool. Same thing with the institutional investor dividend pool. It's a 10% dividend pool, and if you're not in the institutional investor, then you don't have access to that dividend pool. So all of the dividend pools are actually separate. That means Wolfer Finance as well, because Wolfer Finance has a 10% dividend pool. So with that being said, there will be access to 10% of the net income, and this is where the bullish stuff comes in. So a lot of people think that 10% of the net income isn't a lot, right? But when we're talking billions of transactions over time, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars from said transactions generated over time. even if you have 10% of $100 million over the life of it, that's $10 million for raising essentially 1.8, 1.9 mil. And then this is where I shine, right? Is trying to show fiduciary intent and that we are here for our investors and that we appreciate the people that are not only funding said software, but have a vested interest in it, and then also the users, right? So we have come out with milestone bonuses. And this is bullish stuff, man. This is exciting stuff. If this stuff doesn't get you jacked, I can't get you jacked. I'm sorry. But they double up every single time we hit a milestone bonus. So your 10% dividend pool for the retail investors is now 20% in that month. Same thing with Wolfer Finance, 10% dividend pool. Same thing with the institutional investors. Now, how can we do that? And I'll get into what those bonuses are in just a second. How can we do that? Because we're not giving away the farm on the first day, right? And we're saying, okay, at most, we're going to be giving away about 32.5% of our net income. So even if we double it up, that's 65% of our net income. We still have 35% to continue globally marketing this to the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem and pay all the devs, the support staff, stuff like that, right? So with that being said, it's not like we're printing money. It's not like we're just, taking it out of the sky and it's just falling straight out of the air from God. It's actual money that we've made. And those bonuses start at 50,000 active users. So if we start month 1, 50,000 active users, dude, like everybody's making double in their dividend pools. And then if the next month we hit 100,000 users, double it again. And it goes from 50,000 to 100,000, 250, 500, 750, 1 million, 2.5 million, 5 million, 7.5 million, 10 million. And it'll keep going past 10 million, but let's get to 10 million first, right? And so this is in terms of active users. So, because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I'll just create a bot that comes in and creates, 100,000 MetaMasks and then we'll all just get doubled up. Well, that's fine, but none of those bots are actually going to be active users that are actually transacting. So it's going to be active users. That way the system can't be gamed, right?
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Sweet. Just taking notes as we do this, so don't mind me if you hear some paper flopping in the background. I actually use paper. I'm old school. I use paper sometimes. So, okay, guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and close that comment drop giveaway, and that's just part of the giveaway, guys. We're gonna split a $30 pool there. I've already dropped another $10, just random people that are in the AMA right now. So we've already given away 40. I believe we've got another 60 to go. Some will be given to people that are asking good questions in the AMA questions category, and then we will have a kind of our standard random giveaway as well. But it's going to be random. You guys aren't going to know when, so just be listening, and I'll be dropping giveaways as we go. So okay, so just kind of break it down for everybody. The other 90%. That is so 10% of is going to NFT holders, and the other 90%, let's see, here's the breakdown here in the white paper. We got the 10% to retail, 10% of income to the Wolfer Finance holders, 2.5 to 12.5% to institutional investors. Then we got 10% for the team hiring, paying dev and marketing, and then 50% plus to marketing PreSend on a global scale. So I did see some questions in here. Is this a global project? Yes, It is. So obviously 50% of that is going to market on a global scale.
Yeah, and it's really kind of dependent upon, because obviously if we double up the dividend pools, it's basically like whatever's left over, right? So I say 50% plus, but it could be 63%. Mm-hmm. It could be 70% in a month, or it could be 20%, 25% if we hit a milestone and have to double up the dividend pools. And I see the legend in here himself. Larry's in here. Larry, raise your hand so that he can bring you up to the stage, and then you can test your mic really quick. But yeah, that's essentially what this is going to come down to. Is all about marketing, because we generate our income from active users. We generate our income from active users doing transactions on real blockchains, paying real fees. So we have to market this kind of in the same sense that crypto.com, right? They had this massive glow up over a year's time because they had a marketing budget. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to have a $500 million marketing budget like they did, but what I'm saying is they had to have a $500 million marketing budget because there's mad exchanges out there. There's so many exchanges. There's so much competition. We have no competition. And if we do, they're going to get shut down because we have the patent.
Right. Okay. Let's see. I know that we had a question from some of our like longtime members are really excited about this project. We had a good question from, I think it was from T Dizzle. Let me try and find that one. Oh, it was about the NFTs covering multiple wallets. So let's say, I mean, the NFTs on the Binance Smart Chain. So I mean, is like as far as not paying fees, is that going to go for no matter what chain you're on? I mean, you just have the NFT on BSC. So how is that going to cover across multiple chains?
That will basically, whatever wallet is housing that essential, I guess, NFT. So for like MetaMask, right? It's all the same wallet address, so it will be able to pick that up. That's a solution. Like whenever we get into the ledgers of the world, and whenever we get into the like the exchanges and stuff like that, it'll probably be a little bit harder for us to pick up on stuff like that. But you know, for right now, yes, it will. For what we have right now, yes, it will cover all chains because all chains on MetaMask have the exact same wallet address. So that's a solution that we're looking into. And Larry raised his hand. I don't know if you saw that, so you can bring him up to the stage.
Did he? Okay.
But
yeah, let me bring him up.
That's a solution that we're having to basically like really mastermind, especially for the exchanges, right? Because, man, exchanges have such different structure in terms of the wallet addresses that it's like you can't really house your NFT on the exchange. So is it going to work on exchanges? Probably not. But what we can do is come out with like some type of login credentials where that is hooked up to your essential browser, most likely. And then if you do own said NFT, right? But we can't give you, it has to be one wallet per NFT. So if you own one NFT and you have 10 MetaMasks, then whatever MetaMask houses that NFT, that's the one that you get the fee free on. So if you have 10 different MetaMasks, you're going to need 10 different NFTs, because if we did that, man, we'd be giving up a lot of fees, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. Let's see. We've got one from Hidden. Let's see. He's wondering about the realistic timeframes for the expected like user base milestones. Like how long until you guys get 50,000 users, 100,000 users? I mean, I know it's hard to gauge that, but have you guys put any sort of projections?
No, that's
together?
a great question, man, and I'm glad he asked it, because this is one of the ones that I like to address, because I don't think this is going to be that hard. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because with this massive marketing campaign, like during the launch, we've already got buzz. I think we can have 50 to 100,000 users right off rip. And the reason I say that is because once we start giving affiliate links to all of the influencers, right? And we're talking large influencers here. We're talking, YouTubers that have 80,000 subs, 100,000 subs, 1 million subs, right? Once we can get buzz and get those guys on board, they're all going to be making affiliate commissions from people signing up using their link. And what that means is they're going to get 10% of the fees that is generated from the people that use their link. Now, we are doing it to where they only get 365 days. So say you, for example, use my affiliate link and you sign up under that wallet. I will get 10% of the fees that you generate for PreSend for 365 days. On the 366th day, that falls off. Your wallet falls off. I no longer get affiliate commissions for that. And that's so that people continue to go out. We don't want like a 1 million subscriber YouTuber to make one video on this, get 50,000 people signing up, and then they make $100,000 a month for life, right? We want them to continue talking about us. So with that being said, I think 50 to 100,000 users, I think that's right off rip. You know, just going into AMAs for Obsidian, getting 80,000 person YouTubers to 80,000 sub YouTubers to, you know, make a video on this with an affiliate link, because the strategic, I guess the main, what would I call it? Almost like a fix in the game. The biggest difference in between our affiliate and everyone else's is, like, say a YouTuber is pumping yield nodes, right? Well, to use their affiliate, you technically have to like you have to spend $500, right? And that's a big deal. So for this one, it's just a download. I think the conversion rates on these affiliates are ridiculous, because say you use their affiliate for yield nodes, you sign up, and then you do nothing. You don't put in any money. Well, they make no money, but second off, you also make no money and you get no benefit, because what's the point of having a yield nodes account if you're not investing, right? They don't have something like we have, where it's like there's a utility. So people will click on their affiliate links much quicker and then download that, put it on their wallet, set it and forget it. Man, I think my goal is to have 1 million users by the end of year 1, and I don't think that's even close to out of the question. I think we'll have it way faster than that once we have a marketing budget that goes insane. We start marketing, doing all these affiliate things, which the affiliate essentially costs us no money, because they make no money unless we make money. And then that's when we can go out and start doing targeted ads. We can try to get MetaMask to put a banner whenever every MetaMask download happens. It says, hey, make sure you protect your transactions with PreSend. Download this Chrome extension, right? Stuff like that. So, like, that's where I come in and think about things that no one else is thinking about in terms of marketing, and target demographics that no one else is thinking about, because you don't just have to market to crypto people, because there's other markets out here. And this is where I shine, because I always think 10 steps ahead and outside of the box. There's other markets out here that cross integrate with crypto, that people are in these other markets, but they're also in crypto too. And you can get advertisements in those markets for pennies on the dollar if you're advertising a crypto software, as opposed to if you're advertising a crypto software on CoinMarketCap, right? It's going to, you're going to pay a premium for that, which obviously we'll still do. But man, yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard at all. I think 50 to 100,000 is going to be, month 1, month 2. And then once it catches traction from there, we start getting affiliates. Sky's the limit, man. And then if we just grow with the market, think about this too, 4% global crypto adoption, right? That's it. 300 million people in the crypto markets right now. If that and it's basically doubling every single year, right? And it might not double this year if we're still in a bear market, but maybe at 50%. If we just grow with the market, dude, we're going to kill it. And I think we outpace the market growth in terms of, like, if the market goes up 50% and we started with 1 million users that year and the market goes up 50%, I bet you we could have, 3 million users, 5 million users by the end of that next year. So our trajectory is pretty insane on that. So I think people are going to start seeing returns sizably very quickly.
Got you. Cool. All right, let's see. We've got a lot of questions come through here. Okay, a couple I can kind of answer real quick. Lord Ace Cage, you've asked, do you need to connect your wallet address before each transaction, or is it a lifetime protection? Sounds like it's a lifetime protection. You just connect and you're good to go.
Exactly. It just runs in the background.
Let's see. Yep. Let's see. By fan, use of PreSend will be free for NFT holders. Yep, that's correct. Let's roll through here. Let's see. Exotic Moses, one of our longtime members. I appreciate you asking questions, man. He's wondering if you've been in any talks with any major corporations for integration already, maybe any major wallets providers or anything like that.
No, we have not. And there's a reason for that, right? Because everything that I do is calculated. So if I'm telling you no, it's for a reason. It's not because we didn't think about it. So the reason why not is because we don't want to go to people without that Chrome extension. We don't want to go to people without those user base already, that proof of concept, that proof of actually it working and us going out and doing the legwork, right? I don't want to, because they'll laugh you out of the room, right? They'll be like, oh, these guys are just pie in the sky, blah, blah, blah. They don't have anything yet. So we want to go to them with a finished, working, polished, absolutely just awesome product where we've already proven like, hey, we have 100,000 users. Like, there's a use case for this. That's where we go to those. And technically, we're kind of already on the radar of a lot of these. We're definitely on the radar of MetaMask already. And we're probably on the radar of Binance as it is, like Binance US and stuff like that, just from being on the BSC chain for the NFT minting. So yeah, we haven't had any conversations yet, but once this thing kind of pops off a little bit, all of those conversations will be very easily facilitated. And honestly, I think they'll come to us. I think they'll be beating our door down saying like, hey, let's talk about this. And that puts you in a much stronger position, right? Because now you're in control because they came to you and you didn't come to them.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you definitely. I mean, if you show up and and the product's not finished, you're right. They are going to laugh you out of the room. You have to. I mean, it needs to impress them when they first see it. You know what I mean? Instead of something that's beta version or whatever, still has bugs
Right.
and all that. So I agree
Yeah.
with that for sure. So what is the date that you're kind of expecting? Like, I guess everything to be working flawlessly. Like, when can everybody expect to install this on
Should
their
basically be the day
MetaMask?
of launch, right? The day of the NFT launch, which is October 1. So
Okay.
we've got about 2 to 3 weeks where we're still in development right now. And to be real, we have developed this thing extremely quick. Our devs are absolute gangsters, apparently, because they're doing a really wonderful job. We have an MVP, like a minimum viable product, right now up on the website where you can actually go and test PreSend on the Binance Smart Chain and I believe Ethereum and Polygon. Do it on testnet, right, and try to break it. And that's essentially what we already have up. So with that being said, that's basically just to show people like, hey, we're already on this and it's already being functional, right? And to touch back on that last question, like, think about Shark Tank. Think like, if people have watched Shark Tank, just remember how many times those guys laughed or didn't offer anybody anything whenever they came in there and didn't have like their product working, or they were like, yeah, we've made $20,000 this year so far, but we're asking for 5 mil, and they're like, no. So we don't want to be those guys. We want to be the guy that comes in and we're like, yo, we've already made $1 million in our first 6 months. We have 200,000 users. Look at us, right? We want to be those guys that impresses the whoever we're talking to.
Yeah. Okay. So as far as the software security goes, how can we be sure that it's safe to download and us not have fears of somehow someone hacking our MetaMask through your
Yeah, man.
software?
Just that really just comes
Hey,
down.
Drew, can you
Yeah,
guys
yeah, we
hear
can
me
hear you.
okay?
Do you want to take
Oh
this
yeah,
one,
we can
Larry?
hear you.
Okay, I'm just want to
Do you want to take this one, Larry?
say that again. What was the question again? I'm
About the
sorry.
software
I'm
security.
just wondering about the security. Yeah, software security, making sure that the users can't be hacked through your software and get their MetaMask hacked through your software.
Sure. So that's a big reason why we're starting out with MetaMask and building within MetaMask snaps. What a horrible way to start off PreSend and protecting people by having any vulnerabilities. So, um, of course, all smart contracts audited. Um, we'll have the code audited. Actually, I actually haven't told Drew this yet, but I've talked with Kryptonaires. They actually have an auditing service. But what is really cool about one of their auditing services that they have is they kind of like audit your code as you go. So we're not going to have to wait to the very, very end of, have everything, completely coded and then go check it out. And then they find, oh, hey, you got 15 bugs or something like that. And then you go fix them and that delays everything. So actually I have a call with Kryptonaires later today. So security obviously is the number one priority for PreSend. You know, we can't we can't put a product out there without us being very confident and knowing that there is no issues, and um, you know, it obviously defeats the whole marketing purpose that we're pouring into PreSend. So
It's
yes,
for the
audits, code,
we will audit our audits and
exactly.
then audit our auditors, right? That's essentially what it comes down to. We don't want to just get one audit, right? And it's not going to be like some weird audit that's like crypto moon I don't know, whatever auditing firm, right? Yeah,
Coin
just something
sniper.
crazy that
Yeah.
no one's ever heard of. Like we're talking, we want, and this also comes down to just having good devs too, right? Where you don't have to, even when you do get audited, like there's not like what Larry was saying, like 15 bugs. So we want to do multiple audits from multiple different firms, right? That way everybody's looking at, because like this comes from my illustrious YouTube career, right? Where I went through people's audits before, and it was like Certic, and then there was the other one, Solidity. Like Certic wasn't picking up on stuff that Solidity was finding, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." And then they would come back, and Solidity's audit would be way better than Certic's, and they were getting double audited. So it's like, man, you almost have to audit your auditor too. And then this also comes down to relationships, right? So with Wolfer Finance, Chainlink actually came to me personally and was like, "Hey, I want to partner with you guys. You don't pay us anything. We'll develop this for you. We're going to use one of our programs to automate your snapshotting and airdropping processes for your NFT holders." And I said, "Beautiful. Now I want you to do that for PreSend too." So, man, we've got some of the best people in the game, not only writing up our smart contracts, but then also helping us develop some of this stuff too. So it's pretty bullish stuff. And this is a real partnership, right? This isn't like we just went to Chainlink and then paid them to do this and then called it a partnership. No, Chainlink came to me personally. I didn't even reach out to them, and they said, "We want to do this for you. We want to partner with you. We want to tell everybody that we're partnered with you." And I said, "Look at PreSend, see if you would want to do that for them too." And they said, they looked at it for about 10 minutes and they said, "Yep, we got you." So
Cool, man. That's awesome. And yeah, it's great to hear that you guys are taking the security so seriously. I mean, yeah, that's essentially, I mean, that's the backbone of your project. I mean, if something were to go wrong with the security features, I mean, it would be difficult for people to continue on. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are taking that so seriously. I want to do another giveaway real quick. Got about 83 people in here now. Appreciate you guys staying in here for this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this one just like we normally do. I'm going to open up the AMA giveaways category. It's going to be for 2 winners. It's going to be $25 each. Y'all know how it works. It'll be open for about 5 minutes. So you guys go over to that AMA giveaways category. I'm going to start that giveaway right now, and then I'm about to open this channel up and make it public so you guys can see it. All right, guys. So right underneath the PreSend AMA questions, where you guys have been submitting questions, there's a AMA giveaways category. Just go in there and react to the giveaway bot. You guys have 5 or 6 minutes left to react to that for a chance to win. That's going to be random. And then we will also be, we'll be giving away the winners' names, announcing that at the end, as well as giving away some money for AMA questions too. So appreciate everybody listening in and doing this today. So let's see what other questions we've got here. Have you guys seen any that we need to cover that I haven't asked
there
yet?
was let me get into it. It was there was one it was just asked earlier this morning. It was like right when the AMA started. Her name's Fan, Fann. I think it's a her because it's got a woman profile picture, so we'll just assume it is. What is the PreSend? So sorry if I misgendered you. What is the PreSend transaction security software in which $50,000 has been invested? I don't really understand this question. What I think that they're asking is, have we already paid our devs for the PreSend transaction security software to be built? And if that is the question, then absolutely. If you're referring to the $50,000 minimum for institutional investors, that is a totally separate thing where institutional investors can get in and they can guarantee a maximum investment, right? Because in Wolfer Finance, the reason, like, I had a lot of people hit me up and say, Drew, I couldn't get into Wolfer Finance. I only got 10 NFTs because I was waiting for my wire to come in, and then I had to transfer it and wait for the lockup period and all this stuff on Coinbase. And then by the time that my money got in, dude, you were sold out. So are you going to offer an institutional investor round on your, next projects and stuff? And I was like, I got you guys. I will help you out. I'll do as much as I can. So we are offering an institutional investor round where it's $50,000 minimum. That does not mean that a single person has to have $50,000. If you got 5 people that have 10K a piece, if you got 10 people that have 5K a piece, we break it down into $1,000 NFTs, but you have to buy at least 50 of them, right? And we're capping that at 2 mil. So there's that. And then she said, in light of the fact that the ROI is anticipated to be 1,300% in 5 years. Okay, this is Wolfer Finance. I think you were looking at the wrong project. All right. So,
Yeah.
This is PreSend AMA, not Wolfer.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, my bad. And then there was another one up here that I was looking at. What exactly is your tech doing that most other current wallet extensions are not doing? For example, Sol Wallet will recognize it's not a 0x address and you cannot send any tokens anyway. Okay, so this is the main difference. All right, so that not everybody just has that one wallet, right? Not everybody just uses that one wallet. So what our tech is doing is making this compatible on all wallets, right? All browsers, all extensions, always, right? So we're a one-stop shop, whereas Sol or maybe AVAX, right, might have that, or say KuCoin maybe has something kind of like this. They don't have the actual process that we have right now, and they definitely don't have it patented, and their layers of protection are not as thorough as ours. So we call the API for the wallets to be compatible. Are the wallets compatible? Cool. Next check. We go to the chain. Is the chain compatible from the sender wallet to the recipient wallet? Okay, that's compatible. Boom. Next check. Now, just because a chain is compatible does not mean that that coin that you are sending is also compatible with that wallet, right? Maybe that coin's not in that wallet, and if you send it there, you lose it. We got to make sure that the coin has the ability to go into that wallet. If that check passes, great. We move on to the next thing and you can toggle this on and off if you want to, just this one portion, but I would not suggest doing it. And that's the test transaction where it sends like the 0.0, the 1 Satoshi or the 0.0000001 Matic, right? And it does all this in the fractions of a second, like microseconds, and then if it sees it show up on the other side, boom, you're good, done. You don't ever have to send a test transaction ever again in your entire life. So that's basically the difference in between ours and everybody else's is they have one solution. We have all solutions, right?
Got it. Okay, cool. Let's see. I saw another good one in here. Oh man, where did it go? Let's see. It was by Pocket Aces. I know. Damn it, Pocket Aces. I'm gonna find it. Okay, there it is. Does it test for honeypots, or is that a possible addition you could do in the future? If you were to send money to buy a token that's a honeypot, have y'all considered any sort of detection system for that?
Yeah, Pocket Aces, or as I like to call rockets. Yeah, man, that's a great question, and I'm kind of glad you asked it and kind of not glad you asked it because we're giving you spoilers here, man. We're giving spoilers out today, apparently. And Drew's the king of leaks. If you knew anything about Wolfer Finance, how much stuff I accidentally leaked, it sucked. But it was good for the investors. So, yes, we are doing a honeypot detection. So that kind of segues me into a couple of the additional features that, because there's always going to be those people that are like, I'm infallible. I've never lost my money. My transactions always go through. I'm not dumb and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, we get it, dude. You're perfect. You're infallible. We get it. So honeypot detection is definitely a key integral part to this. So yes, we are working on that. A secondary thing, and I'll get to the third thing too here in a second. The secondary thing is that we are going to be adding this. I don't know how many people have been on DEXs, right? Like Uniswap, whatever, and they've been trading like these weird coins, right? And then your recipient address will change like a fraction of a second. Your eye can't even see it change before you send the transaction. Well, an algorithm can pick that up, but your eye can't because you're a human being. So we're adding a functionality inside of PreSend that will tell you if your recipient address is about to change, like a fraction of a second before you send the transaction. A red flag will pop up and say, hey, this is about to happen. Your recipient address is about to change. You need to check that out, because if you didn't do it, you need to change it back. We don't have the authority to change it back, but we do have the authority to alert you. So then it's on you, and you have to take accountability for that. If you just click through it and you don't check it, then there's nothing that we can do about that, because we alerted you. And then the third thing is that we are going to be optimizing, trying to build the data to optimize gas fees. So this is where PreSend can kind of like pay for itself, right? Where we're going to, over hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever transactions across all different types of blockchains, we can build this data that will actually stop, not stop, but it will be able to more accurately give you a depiction of what gas fee would actually go through at the right time. And then you don't have to go, and it'll be automated, right? You don't have to go to the Ether website and be like, oh, I shouldn't send it at 3 p.m. on Tuesday or something like that. Like, it'll all be integrated into the software, and then we will optimize the gas for you, and it'll probably save you money. And then the fourth thing that helps PreSend, basically for those people that are like, I'm infallible, I always do this, I send test transactions for my test transactions and I never lose my money. Well, time is money. So if you're sending, say, $1,000 or say you're sending $100,000 transaction, right? You're going to get charged $100.02 to send that transaction, which is essentially what you would get charged on like a gas fee, right? And most people that are sending $100,000 transactions, they're going to send test transactions, at least one or two of them, right, to just make sure. And those transactions take time. Most of the time it's about 15 minutes, right? So a high net worth individual that's transacting 6 figs in a single transaction in cryptocurrency, they're probably half hour, 15 minutes of their time is probably worth a lot more than $100. And think about it, even from a retail investor perspective, is 15 minutes on sending a test transaction for a $100 transaction not worth 12 cents? I don't know anybody whose 15 minutes isn't worth 12 cents, right? So yeah, I mean, it's all about efficiency. It's all about saving time, automating things, and saving you time saves you money, right?
Yeah, 100%. Time is money. I can't forget who it was that says it. Maybe it's Mark Cuban, but I think he says time is the most valuable asset we've got. So yeah, you're right about that. But let's see. We've got so many questions coming through. This is great. Everybody's so excited about this project. I feel like, I've said we do AMAs all the time, but it's kind of rare that you see one with such a unique utility and something that I think all of us could benefit from, especially, like I myself, we call it rugging yourself in here. We've got one of our community members that's really good at it. He sends tokens to the wrong address all the time. And he used to just pop in and say, rug myself, so this is something that we can all relate to for sure. But I've got, let's see, one of my mods just tagged me. We need an answer for this. Let me see. What exactly is your tech doing that most current wallet extensions are not already doing? That. Okay.
Did we get an answer on that? I was talking about the Sol
yep, you did.
Max.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. You're right. All right. Cool.
Let me cover this really quick,
guys, I think
because it's a very unique software solution, right? And it has a very unique economic structure to it, okay? And by economic structure, I mean because Wolfer Finance owns 10% of it, right? And So, Wolfer Finance NFT holders, for being absolute legends and believing in me when I was nobody and they didn't know whether or not I was just going to take 2.5 million, even though I'm fully doxxed and have a United States based LLC and all that stuff and could literally go to prison for it. They still didn't know whether I was just going to take $2.5 million. And just run, which obviously I did not. And we have a formidable portfolio, probably the best portfolio in crypto right now of any DeFi project, period. And because of their, I guess, belief in me, I always work out really good. I always consider them first, okay? Because they're like my family. They're my wolf pack, right? So they are getting the chance to mint early. They're getting 7 days to mint. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. Wolfer Finance is going to mint this out. So it's probably not going to make whitelist, and it's 100% not going to make a public sale. So public sale is null and void. Now, what I can say, though, is that you can buy these on the secondary market afterwards whenever they come on the secondary market, and that's your way to get a PreSend NFT and become an investor. But the only way to guarantee that you can get in on this is the institutional round. And there's still no guarantee there because $2 million, if we reach that, it's done. It closes. It either closes when we reach $2 million or when we start that minting on for Wolfer Finance, right? So with that being said, you got to think outside of the box on stuff like this, right? And so like communities like yours, if we're making $1,000 NFTs, and there's 50 people that are like, I want to put $1,000 in on this, you're now an institution. Crypto Kingdom is an institution, and you can give each one of those 50 people their $1,000 NFT. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody gets their investment, right? So there's other ways to get in on this, but I just want to be 100% transparent with people, and I don't want to set the expectation of you're going to be able to get an NFT whenever this thing comes out. And if you know anything about me, go back and watch everything that I said about Wolfer Finance, okay? All came true. I do not stretch the truth. I just tell people what I'm seeing. And Wolfer Finance, literally last night, if you get into the Discord, they were threatening to mint it out in 24 hours. So, man, that's all I can say is like the best way to get in on this is to pool funds and seriously get in on the institutional investor round. And that's running all the way through me and Wolfer Finance. So just get a hold of me for that. Info at Wolfer.finance or Drew at PreSend.io. Or, get a hold of the King and he'll get a hold of me as well. Come into the Wolfer Finance server, come to the, Wolfer Finance Twitter, the Discord for PreSend, just anywhere that you can get a hold of me, do it because, man, I just don't I try to be as transparent with people as possible. So I don't want to set unrealistic expectations, but I also want people to be able to get in on this, right? Especially the people that were there. Like you guys were there for me. And you did an AMA for me for Wolfer Finance. So I just want to be upfront with you guys. I'm not trying to FOMO you in. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. I'm just giving you the information, and you do with it what you will.
Cool. So there you go, guys. So yeah, it's going to be any of the Wolfer Finance NFT owners going to get the first crack at it. May get minted out then. If not, it's going to the whitelist round. So there's still opportunity to get in on that whitelist, right?
If it does not mint out and you signed up for the whitelist and signed up your wallet address. And again, guys, we do not you probably remember this from Wolfer Finance. If you don't, I'll give you the Spark Note, right? We don't make you go to the Dead Sea and collect sand and come bring it to my house just to get a whitelist position. All you got to do is go to the PreSend website, click whitelist, sign up. That's it. You put your wallet address in, you put your email, boom, you're signed up for the whitelist. If it gets to whitelist, you can mint. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. Otherwise, let's see. The Wolfer Finance NFTs are available on. There's maybe some on OpenSea. Yeah. Is that right? If they want to get one of those ahead of time.
This is another thing. Wolfer Finance does not like to part with their NFTs. There's 5,000 of them total, and there's only 17 that even have prices on OpenSea. And I think there's only 4 that are under 1.5 ETH. These guys are savages, bro. They believe, they believe. Dude, the Wolfpack is really strong. We built a really strong community, just like you've built a really strong community over here. So, yeah, like maybe 4 of you guys can get a Wolf for Finance NFT for like maybe $800 to $1,000, but yeah, they're tough. They're
Not much
driving a tough
available there.
bargain,
Yeah.
man. 17 NFTs out of 5,000 that even have a price on them. Like, and some of those prices are like 25
Right.
each. So they're like so far out of the norm
That's
that yeah,
crazy.
it's probably like 6 NFTs
Yeah.
out of 5,000 are actually available at affordable prices, you know? So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Right.
It's a beautiful
Gotcha.
thing. But
That
you
is
know,
crazy.
it also it makes it
Yeah.
hard, you know, for the people that didn't get in early. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why we gave the institutional investor round, right? That's why we're offering that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, if you guys want to learn a little more, I feel like we covered a lot here today. I will have a recording on this, guys. If y'all missed some of it, if you missed the first half, second half, whatever, I will get a recording up. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, please hit that like and subscribe button. And then, of course, you guys can find all of our AMA recordings here in the Discord channel. So I will get that posted up here probably at it may be a few hours, 3 or 4 hours to get this thing uploaded. Long videos take a while on YouTube. So give me a little bit to do that, and then we will announce the giveaway winners. I've hidden those channels again, just so nobody else could enter in after the time limit. But I'll open them back up, and we will be airdropping everybody all of their winnings. So be watching out for that. Just watch the announcement channel, watch the AMA questions channel. Just watch those because I will be airdropping some money to everybody. We do use the TipCC bot, so it will be paid in BUSD. You can just withdraw that. Just using the withdraw command for TipCC. It's super easy. So that's how we'll be doing that. So just be watching out for those giveaway winners. And yeah, guys, make sure y'all join their Discord. We've got, we've got the PreSend right at the top of the new projects category. Just go there. PreSend is right at the top. So we've got all their info there. If you guys want to go over there, vote on their community trust score. Now that you've heard the AMA, you've listened to everything, go check out their links over there, read the white paper. Please read the white paper. I say that every time. That's the most information you get about a project is the white paper. And, you know, I used to be full degen and I wouldn't even read the white paper. I'd just say, this sounds good, I'm going to ape it. But not anymore, guys. We all need to do due diligence and read that white paper for sure.
Please,
so go check that out. I spent a
lot of time writing it too, so please read it.
Drew worked hard on it, man. Yeah, give him some reads. All right. So go check that out, guys. All that info is in the PreSend category, and I'll drop that in the chat too. So, Drew, is there anything else we need to cover?
Not at all. I just want to thank everybody for showing up. You guys always have really good AMAs here. I love the community that you built. I love the fact that they actually ask good questions, tough questions, like real questions, right? Not just softballs, right? And so I want to tell everybody how much I appreciate them showing up. I say this all the time. Apparently, Mark Cuban says it, which just kind of like, I don't know, depressed me a little bit, but I always say time is the most precious commodity known to man, and I just appreciate you guys choosing to spend yours with us speaking about PreSend. So, and thank you so much to the King for bringing us on here.
Thanks, man. It's always a joy chatting with you. You've got a lot of knowledge in that head. I can tell that it never stops. So, you know, make sure you take a break from time to time too. I know the wheels are already turning in that brain. So it's always good talking with you, man. And I hope we can have you back out for another one sometime soon. So good luck, guys. And we'll be keeping a close eye on the project.